Toastmasters and current Area 31 Director. Sean is working toward his Distinguished Toastmaster designation. Today, he's working out of Pathways, Persuasive Influence, Level 3. His speech today is about believing in luck. With his speech titled, Do You Feel Lucky? Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Sean Tucker.
Thank you. Several weeks ago, I came across a quote from Tennessee Williams. Luck is believing that you were lucky. I was beguiled. I honestly couldn't get it out of my head. I kept thinking about it all day long. And I did some internet research on it. And I ended up thinking, you know what, Tennessee is either wrong or partially wrong. As I fell down a rabbit hole of fortune cookie wisdom on the internet, I realized that, as with everything else, the belief in luck can be broken down into two groups. Group one, we're going to call the pragmatists. That is a group of people like Linda Miller, who believe that luck is really an imaginary force that steals the credit from hard work, proper planning, and good preparation. You can't argue with them. They've got some great quotes, things like, luck favors the prepared, which is either Winston Churchill or Edna Mode from The Incredibles. It's attributed to both. Or, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, from Seneca, mic drop. How do you argue with that kind of logic? It's brilliant. I can't argue with that. However, group two we're going to call the romantics. They believe that luck is a magical force in the universe. That it is the hand of destiny spinning all the time and picking winners and losers at random. But if you believe that luck is a magical force in the universe, you must also believe that luck might be able to protect you from Lady Luck spinning you a bad deal, which is where good luck charms come into play. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, let me tell you a story. A few weeks later, I was helping my wife do an estate sale in Deltona, which is a humble little community. The house was a tiny little modest house, 1,000 square feet. The man who had passed away was in his late 90s, had been a working class man his whole life. You're not expecting to find treasures in this house. So I'm going through the dresser and I find his old wallet. And inside this old leather wallet, expired license, some out-of-date business cards, and an envelope, yellowed with age and a little bit of writing. Inside the envelope were what's left of 3 of the oldest, shabbiest, tattered dollar bills you've ever seen in your life. But these aren't any dollar bills. These are magic dollar bills. These are powerfully lucky dollar bills. At least that's what the owner thought. No, that's what the owner believed. You see, he carried these dollars with him through the entire time in World War II. On his body, every day, he had them with him to protect him. Now here's where my story has a little bit of a hole. I don't know how he chose those $3. One of the many stories that die every day with seniors, which is a cautionary tale. If you know a senior, whether it be family or the old man down the street or the old lady next door, sit down with them, talk to them, hear their stories, because I'm sure there's a great story about how he chose those $3. But the fact is, he believed those dollars protected him through the war. Take you back to 1942, this young man, happy guy, Thaddeus, lived in Detroit, Michigan. He had just finished boot camp. 1942, World War II wasn't going so well for the Allies. And he had just finished boot camp, and he's in the Army, and he gets his orders. He's being sent to the Pacific Theater. Now, if you're not familiar with World War II nomenclature, the Pacific Theater sounds like a fun night on the town. But in reality, the Pacific Theater was terrifying. It was some of the worst fighting in history. For an example, on the Battle of Okinawa, more people died in combat in Okinawa, this tiny little island in a battle, than died when the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki combined. So I'm sure young Thaddeus here thought, I need some luck. Now, I don't know where he got the dollars. I don't know why he believed they were lucky, but he did carry them with him through the entire battle. through every battle, Guam, the Philippines, Okinawa, and he believed they were lucky. Now here's where the discrepancy comes in. The pragmatists say, you know what, he was just better prepared. He was just better trained. Well, that can't be. He trained with the same 12,000 servicemen who died in Okinawa, but he was spared, he lived. He believed powerfully in those dollars that they were protecting him. He believed in it so much, he carried them with him the rest of his life. This is one of the reasons I love estate sales. That's not a treasure to anybody else. That is a little bit of history that would be thrown away. The family didn't even want those dollars. I think they're amazing. I think they are powerful. When I touch those dollars and they go around and you look at them, picture in your mind a 19-year-old kid, maybe a kid you know, crouching in a foxhole on a godforsaken desert island, in the middle of a war going on over his head, friends dying left and right, and he is squeezing those dollars with his hand, praying to God he is going to live through this battle. That's powerful magic. I saw another quote the other day that tied this all up for me, and of all places, it was in the trailer for the new Indiana Jones movie. Indy is talking to his friend Sala, the digger, and he says, I don't believe in magic, but I have seen things in my life, things I can't explain, and I've come to believe it's not necessarily what you believe, it's how strong you believe it. All I can say is I am absolutely certain Thaddeus believed he was lucky. Thank you.